to the spot like Phil Collins sang it. Fresh new fade with the mustache banging. I know you wanna know where the fuck I'm from.
Check it out real quick. Episode 14 with the homie Sonny from Cororan, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So hey, is your like we're talking about your pops? Is he still alive?
No, he
okay.
passed.
I remember I heard a little bit about it. You want to tell me a little bit about your pop story?
Yeah. Shit. I want to say at 16 he went to CYA. He was like in Paso Robles. Mm-hmm. He got out at 18. That's when he met my mom. He went back to YA when my mom was pregnant. When Preston got out, I was already 1 or something like that. He went back to the pen in, I would say, 80, just to make a long story short.
Right.
And yeah, he didn't last long in there. He was in Tehachapi for a few months, but I guess to him, they said that was Disneyland or some shit. I think they were calling people over to Tracy too.
Uh-huh.
So he shot over to Tracy, got transferred, and he was only there a few months when he got killed.
Oh, he was killed in prison?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I mean, do you know any reason why?
All those years, like, my mom would read me his old letters.
Yeah.
And his Sally's name stuck to me. And years later, I looked on the phone book. That's when they had landlines and shit. Looked on the phone book. I called them, but like we lost contact where I never got a hold of him again.
Right.
And then Facebook came out where I found his name, but it was his son. And I told his son, like, hey, this is what happened. He said, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. He was like,
your dad's son?
No, my dad Sally's son,
the
one that was with them when that happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he got me in contact with his dad. He said he had just got out, and this was probably about 15 years ago. Mm-hmm. And so I called him, and he told me that I guess the homies weren't supposed to come out that day, and they never got the kite.
Oh,
yeah, and
shit.
when they came out, they were ambushed.
Oh, wow, damn. Victim of circumstances and shit.
Yeah.
Man, so moving on, like, about you, like, so how old was you when your pops died?
I was 4.
4, okay, damn, okay, well, yeah, you didn't get to have a dad then.
Yeah, I had a stepdad. He was cool. He just recently passed away.
So, I mean, so let me tell you this, ask you this, how was you influenced by your father even though he was passed away?
You know what? Growing up, that's what I could remember him. I had a good memory. I always wanted to be like that gangster, that
right.
cholo. So I remember as a kid, I already knew that he would button up to the top, so I would leave buttons open as 5 years old, just dressing like that.
Learn behavior, huh?
Yeah. And even the state shirts, I remember going to Kmart and seeing a blue shirt that resembled a state shirt, and I told my mom, like, I want that shirt.
Well, yeah, you see all these pictures and shit, all these guys looking all nice, they're looking their best, so that's like a style you want to, look like, you know. It's a trip, man. Your mom, did your mom see any characteristics in you was your mom still around?
Yeah.
Did she see any characteristics in you that was in your father?
Yeah. She seen me and my brothers, 2 of us, me and my younger brother.
Right on.
And she seen characteristics and characteristics in both of us. Yeah. And like the respect, she says, is kind of like I get that from my dad and all that.
Right. That's cool, man. So then, like, how about your life, man? Did you end up getting in trouble with the law growing up?
Yeah, I did. Like, I think I got in the hood. I was a little bit like a late bloomer, so I would say like 15, 16. My younger brother was younger, of course, so he started early. And so I got in the hood, and I didn't go to juvenile hall or nothing. I would fight all the time, like get arrested for fighting.
Right.
I never went to juvenile hall. My brother went to juvenile hall, and then it seemed like it didn't get worse till as an adult when, like, I was on my own already. So I was just like, when you got a dog in a cage and they let him out, like I was just going full blast.
Yeah.
I got it. I never went to I never hit the pen, hit county. The last time I was fighting a case was about 18 years ago. I was fighting a good one. I was looking at 14 years.
18 years ago?
That was 18 years ago, yeah.
What was the charges for that?
Shit. Assault with great bodily injury with a deadly weapon. That was 3 of them. 3 gang enhancements. Felony vandalism. And I want to say that was it.
Yeah, that'll go up about there.
And back then, they were handing out 10, 11 years for that shit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, those gang enhancements were really like peaking around that time.
Yeah.
So how'd you get out of that? Did you end up doing some county time?
I got a lawyer. Yeah, I mean, we got a lawyer. Till this day, I still got the same lawyer. Yeah. And I think I took a deal for 16, 2 or 3, and we ended up getting because it was me and my brother. We were co-defendants, and we ended up getting 6 months with 3 years joint suspension and 5 years felony probation.
Yeah, that's a lot of shit. So did you end up beating the probation and all that?
Yeah. That's when, like, during that timeline, I was in the process of getting my trucker's license.
Okay.
So me going on the road, that helped. Like, I was gone. I was just working my ass off.
Oh, you was motivated then. Oh, so you started getting your trucker's license while you was fighting that case?
Yeah.
So you was motivated
I started before that.
Oh, really?
And then I caught the case. So when I'm trying to get my license, I'm stressed out, failing my test. Till I failed like 4 times.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll get to that. There's some more things I want to get on. So you did the whole 5 years probation.
Yeah.
And you didn't get no violations?
I was close calls, but
okay.
They see me doing good with the job, buying a house and all that shit. So so they cut me some slack.
That's good. So the case you caught, was it at a house party or?
No, it was this dude. He was married to my cousin. And back then, that's when, like, hey man, you got any problems? Fucking holler, like I will back you up.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, he's knocking at my door like, hey man, we just got into it with these things, and you want to come back us up? They want to fight again. So I was like, at that time he was like, hey, they got some older dudes. Yeah. So I was like, fuck it, let's go. And then we pass by, we see these dudes out there, and I'm like, oh fuck. They're pretty big, and these dudes were young, so I was like, slide and get my brother, and then we rolled up on them, and it just went from there.
Oh shit, one of those things.
Yeah, and then they ended up tallying, of course. Fucking, they told, and then they were trying to say they didn't tell, so that's the come. It was like kind of like, are they gonna go to court or are they not gonna go to court?
Yeah. Well, that's probably what made the deal a little sweeter.
Yeah.
So moving on, Sonny Boy, right? Call him Sonny Boy. Sonny Boy has kids of his own. How old is your first son right now?
My oldest son is 29.
So what year did you have him?
95. I was still like in high school.
Damn, 95. Okay, all right. So when you had your kids, you already wait. So when you was fighting that case, did you have kids?
Yeah, I already had, like, I think my youngest son, I got 5 kids. My youngest son was just a baby.
Oh, you already had a family then?
Yeah, I had a family.
I had
buying a house, all that shit, and I was still out there.
Okay, so, after you got over this case and you did the probation and all that, you knew the ins and outs, the do's and don'ts and shit about the law. You know how serious the law could grab you and take your life away. Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this, did you fear for your sons to go through that?
Oh yeah, definitely. I had them in football, baseball, basketball, that just.
So you did everything you can to prevent that?
Yeah.
Did it work?
Nope.
You want to elaborate?
Yeah, I don't know if it's the town or what it is, but it's like, one minute you see these kids playing football, and the next thing you know, you see them at the basketball courts chilling with the homies.
Right.
And like my son, it's my middle son that first started getting in trouble. He went from, it was October, the last game of Pop Warner. He was in 8th grade. The last game of October to November, Thanksgiving, matter of fact, me picking him up from juvenile hall.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
How'd that feel?
Fucking heartbreaking, man.
It is, right?
Yeah.
So that means, you know what that tells me is that you loved your kids, because you know it's not fuck the environment. Your kids can fight, go through all the, you know what I'm saying, the rough shit, right? It's the grown men telling your kid what to do.
Exactly.
And you're no longer their father when they're in there.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's a heartbreaking thing, man. And that's one of my worst fears and shit, you know. But so your kid went to juvenile hall. Did he end up going to YA after that?
Yeah, he went to YA. He got a bum deal, like, and then the juvenile system is so fucked up where
Right.
most of the parts you ain't got no chance, you know. There ain't no jury. It's just the judges, you know, call and all that.
Nah. I remember a lawyer told me this a while back with a juvenile hall situation, just recently with somebody I know. He said, "I don't trust those juvenile judges."
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
He goes, if they're offering some kind of like diversion or something, take that shit, because you don't want to trust the judges.
Yeah.
But what was your kid's case?
To
get him to go get sent up.
Well, he had this beef with these kids. So the first time he hit one with one of those little Louisville sluggers.
So he had assaulted deadly weapon. Yeah.
And then he did his juvenile time, came home. So he seen the kid's mom. The mom starts cussing. Mom was like a tweaker lady.
Right.
So she starts cussing him out. Him and his homies like cussing her, you know, cussing back at her.
Yeah.
This lady said that he threatened her. Said there's a green light on her. Like, just made it big, you know. And of course the cops are gonna make it bigger.
Yeah.
So
I can imagine that paperwork.
And I'm like, are you like this kid? He's 14 years old. I said, how are you gonna put him, like, if he's this big time gang member putting green lights on people, you know?
Right.
And he went to his YA. He was right there in Stockton. He did like close to 2 years, I would say.
So you had to visit him in juvenile hall and go through that, and then YA, I know that was freaking you out, Lou.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then it's like, you know, you go from telling your kid like do good, like we would plan his college, like, man, just think you can play football in college, or we're in high school, then when you go to college, you know.
Yeah.
And you go from that to sitting in the visiting room telling him, first motherfucker that disrespects you, punch him.
Yeah.
You know, like, you don't take nothing from nobody.
I remember my mom telling me that in juvenile hall, like, or before juvenile hall, she was saying, if that fool whoops your ass, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Yeah.
You know, and she was like, don't take nobody's shit. And it's fucked up because, you know, that's all we know what to tell them, you know, and you know that's the only thing that's gonna work, especially in places like that, you know. So yeah, carry on, man. Tell me a little bit about your experience about that with your kid in there.
Yeah, it's just, man.
So you went in there to visit him?
Yeah, we would go like every 2 weeks.
Did he look like he was sad to see you? Like, Dad, I want to go home with you, or man?
No, he didn't show too much emotion. Like he was pretty strong through it.
Yeah, so he was already going, man. Cause I'm just picturing myself when I was in there talking to my mom. I never let my mom feel like I was going through it.
Yeah.
Like I was like, nah, you're tripping, Mom, because she was hella stressed out. I was like, man, it's cool. Like, don't trip. You know, like, yeah. So when you're visiting him, did you visit him like often or what?
Yeah, every 2 weeks we'd head up there, and then I think they would have like a family night. I think that would be like during the week, like every so often.
You know, that's solid, man, because, you know, visiting kids keep them stronger.
Yeah.
It keeps them stronger and keeps them attached to you guys. And I mean, mentally right here, it's going to help them in there. But I'm sure you were telling them, you know, still coaching them through the way, you know.
And then you could see the difference, too, because we weren't able to visit him for a few months. And through those few months, like, he was, of course, you got to fight.
Yeah.
And when he came out the first visit, you know, you could see it in him, where you got to put that love back in his heart, like, hey, we still got a family out here, you know. Right.
Man, that's a trippy experience. I'm glad you're sharing that. So what YA did he parole out of?
OH close.
Okay, yeah, I heard about that. So how was that like when you picked up your son?
You know what? Now, well, I don't know how it is now, but when he got out, you don't go to pick him up from the facility anymore. They bring him to the juvenile hall. Then he has to see the judge, and then the judge releases him, and then you go pick him up from the juvenile hall.
What year was that?
shit, was it 2015, 16?
Oh, okay, that's hella new. Okay, yeah, because back in the day, you just go to parole board and
Yeah.
and then you get discharged and shit.
Yeah,
But,
I don't even think he was on parole.
Okay,
He was like on probation
Yeah,
type.
these because that's probably, you know what I was hearing. Like, I don't know when this YA closed, but YA closed years ago. But whatever they got right now is some like camps and shit. But people are, it's still a youth authority.
Yeah.
But it's not like the real old school like youth authority situation. So I don't know about back in 2015, but it's I don't know, things are different, man. But that's something to look into. But still, your kid went through all that shit, man, and so let's carry on. So after your kid did that, did he go on, like, get on the right track, or
You know what? He wanted to. I could tell he wanted to. He came home. He was just, you could tell, just quiet, just to himself. But the same kids he had beef with, they're like trolls, trolling him. So he didn't last long, man. He, I would say within 3 months, he was back.
it's kind of hard, man, because he's fresh out and he's kind of like a hood trophy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he has to stand up and own up to that image.
Exactly.
I mean, and that's the shit we all went through at a young age and shit. But if you'd have put that energy to something else, like, a star football player or something, you know. But it's just easier said than done, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like we just hood stars,
Yeah.
But so he ended up getting caught up and going back in 3 months later?
Yeah, 3 months later, he was fighting. Now that kid lied and said that he went up to him with a knife, and he had his baby with him or some shit like that.
Ooh.
So that story wasn't true, but of course, damn police gonna believe the snitch,
Mm.
And I got him a lawyer on that one because they were trying him as an adult.
Damn, you went through a lot of shit already, man. This is getting interesting.
Yeah, so I got him an attorney, that same attorney that helped me throughout those years, and he got him out on family probation. Then he came home for another 3 months and back in.
Was he still going to the youth authorities?
That time he went to juvenile hall, but they were trying him as an adult, and then he came home. I want to say he was.
So when they tried him as an adult, he went to county?
He was still in juvenile hall.
Oh, okay.
And then he came home on family probation.
Mm. Adult probation. Oh, okay. So they were just setting him up to get. Okay.
And then now this time he's, in a bigger league now, I would say. And
so what? I mean, hold on. Let's not skip. So you say he was out on adult probation, family probation. So he violated that, obviously.
He violated.
And then they
and caught a charge.
Oh, so they sent him straight to the pen.
To the pen, yeah.
So what did he get sentenced to the pen?
Like how many years?
Yeah.
I want to say, because it was a whole new charge. He went on a high speed and he got busted with. They had a Uzi in the car. And plus the violation, so I would say it wasn't much. It was probably like 3 with half. Mm-hmm. But he picked up 2 while he was in there.
What year was that when he got sentenced to prison?
Fuck, what year was it?
Shit, that had to be like 18, 19, 20.
I would say like 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe 19. It was during the time me and his mom split up.
Okay, so he got sent to the pen. And you say, is he still in there?
Well, he got out and now he's back.
Oh, he got out and went back in for another charge?
Yeah, for another high speed.
Okay. So how long ago was that he went back in? That was
recently, like January, February.
Oh, okay. So that's what we were talking about a little bit on the phone, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I got another son. He started going that same route. Same thing with him. Football. From that, he just drifted off.
Damn, you got the luck of him.
And he got shot. He got shot. He almost lost his life. It went in. He's 18 now, gonna be 19. It went in right here. It came out right here. Barely missed the main artery.
Yeah. Shit, man, that's lucky.
And he called me. I was leaving to work. my phone's ringing. I couldn't find it. I could just see it on the screen of the Bluetooth on
This
the
your second
stereo.
son?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so finally I see it was him. I'm like, what the fuck? Like maybe he wanted to go with me.
Yeah.
And then I'm calling him, he's not answering. He calls me back. He's like, Dad. I'm like, what? He sounded normal. He's like, I got shot. I'm like, what the fuck? I could cuss, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's like, I got shot. I'm dying. I'm like, what the fuck?
Man.
Like, where you at? Who you with? I don't know. Oh, and then I hear him like, oh, and the phone foul or something. I can't hear him no more. And I'm like, what the fuck? Man. I'm just tripping. Turned my truck back around and went home and hit whoever he was with. I guess they dropped him off at the hospital. So then that's what they were getting threats at their house. So my son, I guess he got caught with something in the car or some shit like that.
Well, whatever it says on
yeah.
Part, you know. So your older son ended up getting busted behind all this.
Yeah.
So he's in there now.
He's in there now.
So he's in county fighting the case.
County, yeah.
Shit, man. Damn.
And I got him the same attorney, so hopefully.
So how you feeling when you're at the hospital and your other son's getting busted? Like, do you feel like at any time like giving up on life? Like, fuck this. Like, this is, you know, or
no. One thing I just feel like I gotta try harder. You know,
that's
I gotta
right.
do something.
That's right.
I gotta do something else.
When you're going through it, keep going through it until you're done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fuck, that's crazy shit, man. I mean, you want to share like any of your any kind of thoughts? You know what I mean on it? You know?
Yeah, it's just shit.
What was you and your wife talking about? Are you still with the same girl?
No, I'm not with their mom.
So who do you talk to about your personal problems?
I would say my girl right now.
Okay, so what was your guys' conversation like? Was it like, what the fuck, man? What's going on with these dudes? And my kids, you know.
I'm just like, man, it's hard. She knows too. Like, it's heartbreaking for me. Like, even though I don't show it, I be stressed. I got stressed up to here, but I still.
I feel you.
Keep my head above water.
I relate to that stress.
And I just still got to keep going, and especially I got to make money to help them out, keep them, support them in there too.
Yeah.
And it's just.
Do you ever feel like when you're talking to somebody that you trust about some real serious concerns and they're not validating them because they never really lived that life?
Yeah.
So they don't relate to it. Do you ever feel like that?
Yeah.
Like you're talking to a fucking wall?
Yep.
That's frustrating enough.
Yeah.
It's frustrating as fuck. It's like you got to talk to people that relate to it. That's why they have these little, like for AA meetings, they got, little situations, and for all these people that have anger issues, whatever, they got little things that they should have something like a group of brothers for people like me and you that's been through some shit, with our parents, and now we're going through it with our kids.
Yeah.
So we could talk to each other, because if you talk to anybody else that does not relate to
it goes in one ear and out the other,
and they're looking at you like you're some fucking kind of crybaby or something. Like, hey, motherfucker, like you don't. Hold on, like this is something. This is really something we're going through. Like, I don't think any of you can handle this. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Because we could be going through that, and you're trying to talk to them, and it's going in one ear out the other. But when something small happens to them,
right,
they're fucking devastated.
Their fucking water pump goes out in their car.
Yeah,
they're freaking out like to a high level of stress to where. That's the high level of stress you should have when you're going through the shit we're going through.
Exactly.
But that kind of shit, I look at like, you think you got problems until real problems surface. You know what I'm saying? And like, I remember my uncle telling me this all the time. He would laugh when me and my girl would argue and shit, and I'd be stressed out. And then she'd be taking off, packing her shit, and he'd be like drinking his beer, and he would crack a joke, and I'd be like, what the fuck's wrong with you, man? I'm really stressed out, dude. And he would be like, man, dude, you're just going through the ropes, man. Like, she's going to be back, dude. Like, he's laughing because he knows we're about to have a good time together. We're about to drink. The girl's gone. And he knows he's not clowning that this is happening. He just seen his life back then. And he knows, like, dude, you're stressing over nothing.
Yeah.
Don't panic. Basically, like, I learned a lot off him, but he used to make me mad. Like, dude, you're a fucking clown. Why let's say this is some serious shit. You know what I mean? And the more I would talk like that, the more he would laugh. You know what I mean? Because he was like, this fool's really going through it, but you think you have problems, but you don't. Like,
yeah.
That girl's don't trip. She's just gonna go to her mom's and give you a hard time, give you the blues, and teach you a lesson. She's just giving you a spanking.
Yeah.
He would clown on me like that, man. But you know, it's like you really gotta talk to people who really been through it, man. Because little did I know back then, like talking to him a little bit, and he would come down off his, you know, his clown shoes, right?
Yeah.
And then be like, oh, no, look, mister, for real though, like, dude, she's gonna be back, dude. Like, come on, like, you know. And I'll be like, all right, yeah, you're right. But as far as what other things, man, like I try to keep a lot of my shit to myself, unless because not everybody's, even if they went through it, if they're not actually going through it, they kind of forgot the feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, same here. I
Right.
keep it to myself.
So that's why when you hit me up, I right away, like, got interested in the story, because I don't have the same exact story, but I got similar situations to yours, you know? And, you know, my mom was raised in prison. She's dead now, you know? I got sons that I'm concerned about, that I put them in sports, and I want a better life for them. And it don't matter how old they get, I still look at them like my little baby. And I wasn't just those dads who just let the mom feed them and do whatever. I fucking held my kids and kissed my boys.
Bath and all
you know what
that.
I mean? I gave them baths and shit, you know? So I'm really like, I'm a lovable father, you know what I mean? Like active with them and shit. And I see that in you.
Yes, sir.
And, I'm glad you're coming on here sharing this. But yeah, so let's move on, man. So what's going on with your sons right now? Your son's recovering from that injury?
He's better now, but right after that, my 22-year-old was in there for that high speed, and then
that's the oldest.
That's the middle. So my oldest is 29, but he's never got in trouble.
Oh, okay, okay. So it's the middle and the youngest.
Yeah.
Oh,
the middle and youngest boys, and so yeah, the 22-year-old got busted. My 19-year-old, he's gonna be 19 in a couple weeks. He was still in a brace, and it was pretty messed up. He was just like this, like he couldn't move, just braced from his body and his neck, and he's recovering from that, but still running amok, man. Still stressing you out, huh? Yeah, for real. And then I get the call from about him, like, oh, the cops are after him. He got busted with something too. So they're both in there. So then he went in, and then they were both in there. Then my 19-year-old got out recently. They gave him a chance, felony probation. Didn't even last a month, and he went back. And I even moved. I moved towns. Yeah. I moved to Visalia, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start by me going. I'm gonna get my boys out first. This one, okay? Yeah. When the other one comes, come on. Right. And then but he would go back to the town. Like, I'm like, bro, you're stressing me out. I said, look, they're watching every move you make. You're going through the same shit I go through, man. Like, nobody listens. Yeah, they don't. They don't listen. Nobody listens. And you know, everything I told him, look, this is gonna happen. What's gonna happen. What happened? Everything I told him. You know, my oldest is getting so sharp, man, where like if I was getting sharp at his age, I would have been a lot more smarter at an older age, you know. So but he's barely telling me, like, you know, everything you told me fucking came true. Everything you warned me about came true. Yeah. You know, so he's a believer now. You know, he's a believer but man, at some point, man, like I sit back and I just think, like, you know, we gotta have faith. And I'm not all Christian and stuff like that, but I do believe in God. So it makes me feel better when I think about it. I say, you know what, like I can't be selfish. There's other people going through some worse situations, you know. And it sucks that we have to compare ourselves to worse situations, to feel better, you know. But that's the way it is, man. You know, and if like it could be worse, it really could be worse, man. And when you think you're down, it's kind of like when you like I remember I had some friends who would be like 22 years old and be like, damn, bro, I'm not a kid no more. I'm getting older. You know, I got my girlfriend and I'm having a kid. And they were saying that when they were 22. You know what I'm saying? Then when they turned 28, they really thought they was old. Yeah. Like, we think we're old, but we're not old until we're old. You know what I'm saying?
And it's just kind of like one of those things, man. Like we think we're going through it until we really go through it, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
But so what you guys doing right? How about your older son? Is he from the same mom?
Yeah. All my kids are from the same.
So you have to be conversating with your older son about this too, and like.
Yeah, he's schizo. So I don't know what happened. He was good. He lived with his grandparents, and then they passed away like 10 days apart. He was like in 8th grade, and after that he wasn't the same. And I don't know. He was hanging out with his friends and did some drugs, or I want to say. People tell me it was that spice.
It could be.
And one day he just was staring at the ceiling. He was never the same kid.
That's happening to a lot of people right now.
And that was heartbreaking too.
I got relatives that's doing that right now. You know, where like they used to be sitting there shooting the shit, talking, clowning, calling each other names, and now the motherfucker would just sit there and not even move. A fly will go by, he would just, you know.
Yeah.
But they'll know who you are. They'll talk to you. They'll like answer your questions, but they don't have no rap for you.
Yeah, like
you know?
he's on medication, so as long as you keep him on that meds, he's okay. Cause he was off the meds, man, I would get calls. Hey man, your boy's out rolling down with the bandana around his face, and he was tripping.
Damn. You know some homies out there in Visalia?
Yeah.
No, you know the homie Larry?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met him. He's a good dude.
Yeah. I don't know him good, but it's a trip because I was like, I got him on Instagram and I hit him up and I was like, hey man, I said, this is years ago in the 90s, probably like 93, 94. I was like, we were cruising through Visalia. I used to have a 6'4". I was like, we were young. It was me and my brother. We were cruising through Visa.
Yeah.
I said, and we seen them things trying to jump on a homie, so we popped off, to help him. I was like, the dude said his name was Larry, bro. I go, would that happen to be you? And he was like, man, I remember that day like it was yesterday.
All right.
And I was like, oh shit, that's a trip.
Yeah, man. He invited me to his family's pad and shit last year, and he had real good hospitality.
Right on. Yeah, I think I seen videos of you out there.
Yeah. Because you guys are right. Corcoran and Visalia is right there, right?
Yeah, it's all like we're at Kings County, they're Tulare County, but everything's right there.
Okay. So what's okay? So but damn. So you're a homeowner.
I was.
Oh, you was a homeowner.
Yeah, I was a couple times, man.
But either way, you're doing so you're a trucker right now, right?
Yeah.
You're a trucker, and you're a law-abiding citizen. You're paying taxes.
Yeah.
After all this shit you went through, and you're you're going through this shit. Don't matter if you're doing good or doing bad. It's bad still could come and follow you. You know what I mean? So how does that feel, man? That you're fucking doing all this good shit, and this drama keeps coming, man.
It's just like, fuck. Can I get a break? Am I cursed? Do
you think it has something to do with us, like just our blood?
I think so.
I mean, I always feel like the Mexicans are fucking cursed ever since, like you watch that movie, The Apocalypto, you see how they're sacrificing our people, because of the sun, and they believe the sun was the god, and and it's like we're still doing the same shit.
Yeah, and
we're
still tribes stupid. And all that shit.
I believe we're still. I'm not to knock my own race and shit, but I feel like we're one of the stupidest fucking races because how we just can't get right.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like the fucking blacks got right. They end up getting into the White House and shit.
For real.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I mean, we try. You see some. There's. I mean, come on. Like we got a. We're the most beautiful race at the same time. You know what I'm saying? To me, we got the best food. We got the best looking woman. To me, you know what I mean? Like, it's just we got the most heart. I see. Like, we'll do whatever we can for our people. You know what I mean? But it's at the same time we have that stupidness. You know what I mean? That stupidity.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Part of the brain that has.
There's a certain part.
Something.
I always say it's like this little marble gets fucking out of our brain. And once that marble gets out, we're stupid as fuck until it gets put back in.
Right, yeah.
So go like this and make it pop back in. You know what I mean? Fuck, man. I don't know what it is, but so is your mom still around?
Yeah, my mom's still around.
Is your mom from here?
My mom's from Corcoran.
Oh, she's born in Corcoran?
Yeah,
Or she's born in Mexico? Or?
No. My dad was from Corcoran. My mom,
Right
my
on.
grandparents from Texas and then New
Okay.
Mexico.
All right. What part of Texas was they from?
My grandpa was from Donna, Texas, south in the valley, Rio Grande Valley.
Okay, I'm not too familiar with that.
You lived in Texas, didn't you?
Yeah, I grew up in Texas. I a little bit in my first time was in Fort Worth,
Oh, okay.
and then my second time was in Grand Prairie, right there by East Dallas and all that shit.
All right.
And I stayed in Dallas a little bit, but yeah, it's that whole area. But to me, it was the same thing with the Mexicans out there. It was just a little the weather was fucked up.
Humid, huh?
Yeah, when it was hot, it was really fucked up, ugly. you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. The humidity levels were real high. But so what's your plans, man, with your sons right now?
Man, I just first get them out of town. That's the first. And while my 22-year-old he was in trucking school. He was on the verge of getting his license already, and that happened. And then my 19-year-old, he's supposed to start too. He was gonna start, and he got busted too.
Yeah.
But I want them to just be straight. That's what my thing is. I'm like, man, it's all I want is my kids to be straight. Like, my girls are good. My daughter, she got degrees. She was a teacher. Now she got busted too with my son. Because he when he got busted, he was on the run. On the high speed, he got away, and I guess the cops figured out his girl was gonna have the baby.
Mm-hmm.
So she was walking out with him. She was gonna give him. They were gonna go get something to eat, and they popped him. And they took her too. They busted her. They could put a charge, but thank God they haven't picked it up. So I'm like, man, that's fucked up because she's good. She's a good girl,
Yeah. Well, they probably just did that to search for intelligence.
Yeah.
To be able to go through her shit
Get
and
her
all
phone.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been through that a lot. Like, when I got popped this last time, my son was in there. I was like, the fuck's he doing in here? Like, he has nothing to do with this shit. They're like, they just put him in there. Like, they're gonna let him out.
Yeah.
I was stressed out. Like, hope he ain't get involved in my shit. Like, this is fucked up. But man, I think when you give the kids when they're working, and they start making that money, those checks like you get, from those, from truck driving, I think that'll start making them see a little different.
Yeah.
And they start having to pay the bills. It's just when people ain't got no guidance. It's not that they don't have guidance; they got you. But when they don't got, actually, that's not the right. When they don't have no responsibilities.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And you try to give them responsibilities, like, hey, here's your chore, here's this, here's that. But it's not their own responsibilities. They have to inherit their own. So it's something that because people don't take care of shit unless it's like they take care of their own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's till then, man, when people start really seeing things.
Yeah, that's that's what I was like. Man, he was on the verge of getting his license. I couldn't wait because I'm like, he's gonna get a car.
Did he pay for the trucker's license and all that already?
No, he was going through a program where they were paying for it.
Oh shit, he was. Oh man, damn, he was getting blessed.
Yeah. So I was like, man, once he starts making money, I know he's gonna fall in love with it, and it will go on from there.
So talk about them trucking things. How easy it is to get the trucking license right now?
You know what? I'm not sure right now. When I did it, I didn't even have to go to school. Now you have to go to school. And
so you're not certified?
Yeah, I'm certified, but like I didn't have to. Now you have to go to school.
Oh, you mean you just got certified hands-on training then type shit, right?
Yeah, like back then, all I had to do was go take a test, take the written test. I studied, took the written test, got my permit, and my brother was a trucker before me, so he's the one that taught me.
Right.
And then I just used the truck, his company truck, to go take the test.
Okay.
But it's fairly easy, man. But now, like, I see this all over TikTok and all that. They're saying like AI is gonna take it over and all that. I don't see how like if there's a wreck in front of you, like how is AI gonna know what to do?
I don't know, man. I've seen these taxis and shit like driving by themselves and shit.
Oh, is that right?
Or Ubers,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't believe everything I see no more on TikTok and shit.
Yeah.
I fell victim to that shit so many times, like making like dishes and shit, and I'm like, this shit don't fucking work. This
Yeah.
shit tastes like shit, you know. But I don't know what to believe on there because, like you said, the AI, people could create things and create like blogs and make it look like it's some real shit that
Yeah,
they're
that's
talking
true.
about, but it's bogus.
Yeah.
They can make it sound good.
Because it was actually Biden saying like,
They could.
within a couple years, truckers ain't gonna have a
You
job.
could say it and use Biden's voice.
Okay.
You know what I mean, right,
Yeah.
Johnny?
Yeah, there's a lot of AI stuff for sure.
Yeah, like I could fucking use this whole conversation we're having, and I could be Biden and you could be Trump.
Oh shit!
You know what I
alright.
mean?
yeah.
So that's what's kind of
crazy.
scary and shit,
Yeah.
man.
It's called a deep fake.
Yeah.
Deep fake.
Deep fake?
Yeah, deep fake. When they do that high level shit.
That's
Like
a trip.
CIA shit.
Is that a nickname for it, or is that the proper?
That's the nickname for it. Yeah, deep fake.
Damn.
Yeah, there's a lot of it going on. I think they did with Joe Rogan too. Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
He used his face and made it look like.
I could tell though when they're using somebody else's voice and shit. I'm like, oh, this ain't no real shit. Like, I don't believe it unless it's the real person's
Yeah.
page and shit like that. Because you know somebody who's running a real page is not going to allow somebody to put some bullshit on there like that. You know. But so your kid's still going to court right now?
Yeah.
What they talking with that?
They offered the oldest one 4, but he didn't take it. And then my 19-year-old, he's still going back to arraignment and all that, so he's still at
She's
that.
just getting started. Well, it's the same case, right?
No, he got it's a different case.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Wow, man. I mean, you know, it just sucks that they're having to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks, you know. But just keep the faith, man, and keep doing that solid ass shit, you know, and keep working and keep strong for your, for your other kids, you know, your daughters and shit, you know. How many daughters you got?
2.
2. They stay with you?
No, they stay with their mom.
Okay.
I got the youngest one. My oldest daughter, she's 25, 26.
Mm-hmm.
She got her own spot. She's doing good.
That's right.
She got my grandbaby, and she's a single mom. She's doing the thing though.
Yeah.
And then my youngest is 17, so I get her like every other weekend.
Okay.
She's doing good too though.
Well, Sonny, man, you're not alone, man. There's a lot of homies that go through that same shit, and you know, it's not easy staying at good standings, you know, with your homies and still being a solid ass father. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
That shit didn't exist when we were growing up.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And what we're doing right now is like what people they don't. It's not normal, and some people don't know how to look at it, right? Because they don't. You know, they ain't been there yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what we're doing is something different, man, and I don't let nobody make me feel different about it. Like, fuck that. There's no way. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. And because I mean, look at us. Like, we don't got to say nothing, right? But we can't sit there and just turn off the switch to the public.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of shit goes without being said, right?
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying right now?
Yeah.
So these days, it's like social media wants you to validate yourself to be real. Right? It's like they want us to tell on ourselves in some kind of way. And it's like what's going on out there is just, it's not right. Because I came from an environment where you weren't even supposed to say what you was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know? And now it's just, it's all different, you know?
Yeah.
It's like if you don't say it on social media, you're not on some real shit or something.
For real.
I mean, it's like, what? No, hold on. Okay. You know what I mean? When you're in court and they're saying, well, you said... You know what I mean? You validated yourself, motherfucker.
Let's pull it up. It's right here.
Yeah. When you thought you were going to get that 4-year deal, now you're looking at a 10-year deal because of what the fuck you said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Backtracking, when I was fighting that last case I had, they brought up my music. They had my CDs, all that shit, and that was to validate me.
Yeah.
Like, okay, he is a gang member. He's saying he's not.
But see, they tried that with me too, but they can't because I got that taxed. You know what I mean? Like the government's getting the cut off that, so that's my business.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So therefore they'll bring it up real quick, but it gets slapped down real quick, you know? Because, I mean, I never said anything stupid either on there. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't fucking gangbang. I'm a fucking family man. Yeah, I'm from the hood. Yeah, you know what I mean? It is what it is, but I mean, to me, gangbanging, the way it used to be when we were younger, like it was on sight. And it wasn't none of this friendly phase because there was nothing friendly about it.
Yeah.
I was whooping your ass or you're whooping my ass, and you didn't get to have your big brothers or your big homies there when we were gonna chunk them. I catch you when you're at the laundromat with your fucking kids and fucking surprise the fuck out of you. You know what I mean? And take all that gangster shit out of you real quick. You know, but things are just like. So I can't say I live that life now, man. I'm just, I'm just doing me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just doing me. I'm still here, the same OG and all that, but I'm moving different. You know what I mean?
Same.
And look at the shit you're going through. You gotta like be concerned about your kids and try to walk them through these cases and and shit like that. And now they gotta go 10 hut now wherever wherever they gotta do and shit. But anything else you want to cover, man?
No, man.
But you say you're rapping and shit. Like, did you stop? Did you stop doing that?
I'll do features here and there, and I think the last album I put out was, I don't even remember. It was about four years ago, I would say.
How old are you?
47.
47. You got any like solid ass verses you want to spit?
Man, I can't. I'll be blank right now. Just make myself look stupid. And
Hey,
shit.
no, that was a luck of a draw right there to even ask you that, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm more of a.
Yeah, we're old school.
I'm
with
in the
shit.
studio and I'm gonna read.
Yeah, straight up on some poet shit.
Yeah.
I get it, man. Well, thanks for coming over, man. You want to get any shout outs?
Thanks for having me, man. Just
you're looking at camera, giving you shout outs.
Shout out to my family, everybody from the town. Shout out to you for having me. Shout out for everything you're doing, man.
Right.
All the homies, stay positive. We got to get through all this negative.
Yeah. Right on. All right, man. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And stay tuned for more episodes. This is Sonny Boy Lokzter out of Cororan. We out.